And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage so we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number, and you can call or text that line with any questions. Also, make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there, all the folks that want to help you avoid commission-based advice and just come in and understand more about, making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got an event coming up I want to let you know about. Save the date on this one. This is Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m., BYOB, and it's not bring your own booze. This is be your own brand. Learn how to brand yourself to stand out, okay? This is going to be at the Nickel Lounge. It's New York Kitchen Lounge, right behind our restaurant partner, which is the Lucky Dill, across from the International Plaza Mall, 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa. Thursday, April 18th. Save the date, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. Be your own brand. We're going to talk about how you can brand yourself to stand out, and we're going to have some great partners of the show there, all of our expert contributors, and it's going to be a great networking opportunity for business owners, managers, salesmen and women of all types. Be your own brand coming up on Thursday, April 18th. And we are here in studio, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Rick Nickerson back in studio. Bottomzupp. Welcome back, sir.
Glad to be here. Man, thanks for having us on the show. You guys do a great thing, and really enjoyed being at the home show with you this weekend.
Awesome.
You guys had a great booth, primary location. It was fun to get the word out and partner with the Consumer Quarterback Show. It was a good time. Thanks again.
Hey, my pleasure. Awesome. Glad we enjoyed that, and it seemed like a pretty good turnout from what I heard. The first day, not as good, but it's the second day, but it was really nice. Fred Muth, the Tin Man in the house, Tampa Screens. Welcome in, sir.
Well, thank you. I've been here since last Tuesday. I haven't left.
Yeah, right.
The break room's got some good coffee. Thank you.
Nice
Thank you
coffee
very
back
much.
there.
Yeah. Hey, you're the opening act, Rick.
Yes, sir.
That means I'm the headliner.
Always.
Oh, man, I've got some big shoes to fill
I
today.
cannot compete with the Tin Man.
Give me
There's no
a hand
competing
if I
with the
need
Tin
it, will you?
Man. I'll try my best, sir.
Yeah, there we go.
All good. All
Great
good.
to see you, brother.
Tampa Screens and aluminum, just knocking them dead. I'm telling you.
Staying busy.
I thought I could slow down. It's not happening yet.
Nice.
27 years in this business will be me, April 2nd, believe it or not.
Nice. Good for you, man.
I'm glad I didn't win that Powerball. Let me tell you. Take all this fun away from me? Come
There
on.
you go. There you go. I like that. That's good stuff, man. And so helping you win in any marketplace, that's our number one goal. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. Got a couple of hot listings I got to let you know about here. 4101 Coquina Key Drive, Southeast. This is in St. Petersburg. Deep water access, sailboat access to the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. Great opportunity. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. 2-car garage on Coquina Key, and properties listed just above $400,000. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also, 11556 110th Terrace. Now, this property, it's a concrete block, solid home, and it's close to the Pinellas Trail. Right out your backyard, you have access to the Pinellas Trail, and just a beautiful property here. A couple of great opportunities from the Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, so let's start with Rick Nickerson here. Bottomzupp. So this is the happiest time of the year.
Man,
one of the happiest times of the year, right?
I can't tell you. This is so awesome. I mean, the economy's booming. Things are great. I had a great meeting yesterday with National Flooring Equipment Supply Company. They are the world's largest distributor and sales partner for all of our machinery and equipment for the ride-on stripper scraper machines. They sell them worldwide.
Wow.
And sat down, had a great lunch with them. They came down and visited our operation. They were really interested in what we were doing and what we've been doing over the last 10 years. And turns out that we are the number one floor removal company, residential. You know,
Wow.
we've got more machines per
Yeah.
capita than any other company in America.
Wow.
So that was
Congratulations.
neat to find out that information. Now,
That's
there's a
awesome.
lot of people that buy machines for a commercial application, for rental application, but going into homes, making it a practical use on a daily basis, we're your guy.
That's awesome. I like that, man. So Bottomzupp. So people that may not be familiar, so you help them when it comes to renovations, flooring. So you work with the actual flooring contractors. You're not antagonist to them at all.
No, we've got a great partnership with them, and you know that's pretty much where most of our business comes from. But Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Jones out there that's getting a project done, I'd love for you guys to look at www.bottomzupp.com. Go to our website, watch our videos, see how our process works. Give us a call. We'll come out, provide a free quote. We've got March Madness going on right now. Me and my coaching background. I'm crazy about this time of year, so I'm going to offer you a 10% discount in any project that you got going right now. So give us a call, visit
like
our
that.
website. We'd love to help you out.
I love it, man. Remind me where you play ball at. I remember you said.
Hardin Simmons University.
Okay.
Yep, in Abilene, Texas, in the Trans-American Athletic Conference small school with Arkansas Little Rock, Georgia State, who was in the Stetson University, Florida Gulf Coast. They just
Okay.
I think they made a run a couple of years ago.
I remember that,
Played
yeah.
in small Division I. Our biggest high profile celebrity, I think, is Stedman, who is Oprah's husband.
Oh, really?
Played
Okay.
basketball at the same school I went to.
No
so
way.
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
neat.
got to meet him one time. Pretty cool guy.
That's funny.
Yep.
Interesting stuff, man. So, and then from there you went into coaching.
Yep. Went right into coaching. Well, I graduated from college, went into the military, served my time, did 8 years. Proud Desert Storm veteran. Did
Wow,
8
thank you
years
for
on,
that.
Thank you so much. Did 8 years on an aircraft carrier, USS George Washington,
Wow.
nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and spent some time in the Med and around the world. Came back and had a passion for coaching, had a passion for what I loved, and did that for a while, and then saw the opportunity to coach and mentor to young men in the floor removal industry.
Yeah.
Saw the opportunity. We had one machine and a dream. I jumped right in, and man, we've been blessed ever since, I have to say.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Rick Nickerson. Bottomzupp is his company, and he can help you with all your flooring renovations, commercial applications as well. I remember last time we had some pictures going up on the screen here of some of those applications where you've got just a lot of folks in there working at the same time, knocking out a flooring. I mean, because you can get in and out of there because we talk about it, time is money, right?
Absolutely. Time is money, and that's where our business model comes into play. And for the longest time, we saw a need in the industry. And that need was not being met, quite frankly. It was always, I got a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, the guy was the installer, and he didn't want to be the guy.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
It caused a lot of problems, set people up for failure, and they couldn't get the job done in the proper amount of time. So our business model is to come in, be clean, be neat, be efficient, utilize this machinery and equipment, a ride-on stripper scraper machine by National. I don't know if you've got that pictured, but it's basically a miniature Zamboni.
Yep.
If you ever been to the Ice Palace, and you see the Zamboni out there on the ice, it's just a miniature version of that with a blue steel blade on the end. And that's how we remove the hard surfaces like glued down carpet, hardwood, ceramic tile, thin set.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So that's an opportunity for business owners out there. And so who would be a good referral for you out there? If anybody's listening that says, hey, I want to reach out to this guy, who would be somebody you're looking to?
Your industry, and that's why I'm here. If you're interested in purchasing a house, I mean, let's face it, there's not a whole lot of new construction development right now, just like your two beautiful listings that you've got listed right now.
Yep.
Someone may come in and somebody put what they thought was some beautiful floor down when they went to sell the house.
Yes.
You come in and you go, that's just got to go. So
Right.
those people, we gear towards those people. You're renovating your home. Or it's been that same tile. You've lived in the house 20 years and mama says it's time for a new kitchen. And you need that tile removed. Or we're also out there for those people that unfortunately have water disasters. We put a lot of wood here in the state of Florida. And if you've got a project and you go on vacation, unfortunately, or something like that, you've got a water leak or, some sort of toilet leak or something of that nature, it's got to go. There's all kinds of bad things that can happen when you have moisture, all right, inside your home. And, I don't have to tell you that it's a problem. Well, we're the guys that can come in and in one day get it up and off your floor. So there's many people out there. If you've got a project and it's involving floor, just new installation, give us a call. We've pretty much fit every demographic.
Bottomzupp, BOTTOMZUPP.com, bottomzupp.com. More from Rick coming up in our show, as well as the 10th man in the house. We got Fred Muth here from Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Talk about real estate market, talk about trends happening in that space as well. And we have our feel-good story of the day. Kenyan teacher who gives away 80% of his salary to help students wins a $1 million prize. Find out more about that in our feel-good segment of the day right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty here in Tampa Bay. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. ConsumerQB.com is our website, consumerqb.com. QB.com. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Is Brothers Easy Moving, and they strive to be one of the very best Tampa Bay moving companies by exceeding your expectations. And they are one of the best reviewed as well. On Google, they hold a 4.6 rating. They have an A rating on the Better Business Bureau and Angie's List, 4.5% rating, 4.5 rating on Yelp, and also they've won the Super Service Award multiple times. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, it's a first-class experience when you deal with Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, give them a call. Let them know that you heard about them here on the show. Tell them the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and they're going to give you some special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And also, published author, professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. And that's kind of the prequel to the company that we launched with Ken Shamrock, the Ultimate Fighting Champion, the BGCA, Business Growth Celebrity Academy, BGCA.co. And you can build celebrity. We can teach you how, increase your personal brand, increase your status in any local market, helping make you the local expert. And partnered up with Ken Shamrock, the Ultimate Fighting Champion, on that business, and Des Woodruff as well. So interesting stuff there. All right, so here in studio helping you win, we've got Rick Nickerson. Bottomzupp is his company. We also have Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, the Tin Man in the house. Welcome back in,
Well,
sir.
thank you so much. I told you it would be a hard act to follow. He was pretty good, Rick.
Yeah, man.
You knocked it out of the park. Anyway, I always want to talk about the evolution of the lanai. Boy, does that sound important or what?
I love it, man.
This is the latest product that we've been working with. Are you able to pull our?
That's beautiful.
pull it up? This is the Renaissance line, which is basically it's a pergola style screen enclosure or a pergola style pergola alone, and we are now a dealer for Renaissance. Ricky, he sold the first one. I think I mentioned this the other day, and
Yeah.
I've yet to see it. It's not built yet. It should be built within a week or two, and I'm just excited about this because I have friends that have built these and contracted them out and made of wood, and I've always enjoyed the ambience of this product. Now we've got it, and we're obviously making it from aluminum, which is upgraded in my opinion, as opposed to wood. Wood's fine. Wood has an authentic look to it. However, wood will shift. Wood will twist. Wood, moisture affects wood where it does not affect the aluminum.
Right.
So this is very exciting to me because it takes away from the mundaneness of our industry.
Yeah. I love
So,
that, especially if you have a backyard that you're just kind of, it's just like it's there. It's not a great backyard, but you come in and you put one of these structures in the yard. Now you're adding value to the property, and it's just you're making it your own.
Well, on an appraisal alone, it's going to bring the value up. You would know that in your business. So people will come to Florida, and the house is what it is. The first thing they want is a lanai.
Yeah.
That's what they come here for the lanai in some cases. I'm not complaining. And what's the best part of my job is I can always see the finished product in my mind. And it's my job basically to take it from my mind to their mind and let them see the finished product before I make the sale. Because what I'm selling is hypothetical, doesn't exist yet.
Right.
So there's a lot of reward to that. And then when the project turns out as I displayed it initially and the customer is happy, I'm the happiest guy in the world. If my customer's not happy, Brandon, I'm not a happy camper.
Yeah, they won't let you be if that happens.
Well,
right?
I've got a lot of pride in what we do. And I mentioned the other day, it's really my choice to represent Tampa Screens. I've been in the industry a long time, and their reputation is phenomenal. They were a very friendly competitor of mine in another business, through another company at one time. And when that company closed their doors, I specifically said I'm going to take my services to Tampa Screens based on their track record, and all the reviews are phenomenal.
Wow.
Plus, family owned, and the owner Richard, he cares. He really cares about his business. If there's something goes wrong and there's any concern about a bad review, he's upset. He gets upset about it. That's why we make sure the fires are put out before the job commences, basically.
Right. Yeah, and that's the way to run a business when you think about Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Fred Muth here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We talk about the ability to add value to real estate properties. The ability to and the importance of working with a contractor that knows what they're doing and is looking at the percolation from the water, the runoff, the setbacks, and just making sure you do things right. I was talking to somebody last week. They said something about they did it their own. They try to do it on their own, and there's lots of mistakes to be made.
Well, what do they say about optimism? reality always trumps optimism.
Yeah.
Trump, the verb, not the noun, right?
Yeah, right.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. That's right.
You know, I learned the other day on one of my projects, and we talk about South Tampa, and the city of Tampa is very conscious about water runoff. And although it creates, it's a stumbling block for a lot of my projects, I agree with them 100% because city of Tampa is very low to start with. And then when it rains, you just can't get around. The water goes everywhere. So the more concrete that you pour, the more percolation you're eliminating. And I've got this one now. It's been sitting in permitting now for about 4 weeks, which is very unusual for the city. And the next question came up yesterday to me was the percentage of how much concrete is on the lot. And, you know, they need at least 25% green area. Well, it's very easy to figure that out. But I've never had that question come up to me in the city of Tampa. But they're starting to look into that as well now. The city of Temple Terrace has notoriously been doing that for years because, Temple Terrace is somewhat congested as well.
Yep.
However, they don't have the low elevations as bad as the city. So these are all things I like the consumers to know when we go into a project. I'm not going to just sell you a bill of goods and say everything's going to go smooth. I specifically tell people up front the concerns of percolation, water runoff, and the fact that the county and city building departments now are looking at it much more intensely, which once again, in my opinion, is a good thing.
It is a good thing, especially with hurricane season around the corner, heavy storms. The grounds are saturated. That is a challenge to the community as a whole, because that's what it is. It's affecting other properties. So now it's a community issue. Are you seeing Pinellas versus Hillsborough, Pasco, some of these different municipalities with vastly different the way they allow these things to flow?
It's amazing. Almost though it's another state. And, the city of Tampa, Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, Temple Terrace, and, my hat goes off to Temple Terrace. They're really particular. Pasco is not as particular at this point, but they're starting to become more particular about these elevation and water runoff concerns. Obviously, they don't have the low elevation concern in Pasco that they do in the city of Tampa. But you just can't figure that everything's the same among all of these counties. You have to realize that all of their setback issues are different,
right?
And the perk factor is different. So it'd be nice if they all kind of got it together.
Right.
I've seen in Hillsborough County where a new subdivision goes in, and the engineers, they put the retention pond over there. They agree that that's where it should go, and then it's all done, sold, built up. It's raining, cats and dogs. The pond is dry. Everybody's yard is soaking wet.
Are you serious?
I see it all the time. I see it in Hillsborough County, and
how does that happen, Fred?
That's the water's going elsewhere. What we should realize is that there's aquifers underneath. And I don't believe that they really check, as far as the ground studies, where exactly the aquifers are, how high or low they are, and where the water's going.
Right.
And I actually had a guy tell me one time that there's a portion of the Alafaya River at a certain time, the mean elevation is below sea level for a certain time. And I said to him, how can that be? Uh-huh. And he explained to me that sometimes the tide will go away this way, and Lithia Springs stops pumping water. He says, and we have below
elevation,
below sea level elevation in the Alafaya River for a second. It didn't seem possible to me.
Is it real?
I would assume. I heard it from more than one person.
Wow.
But I can understand how that can happen.
Wow.
So with all of this strange phenomena, with the way water flows, go figure. Why is that retention pond dry over there, right?
And why is that important?
And all of these yards are wet.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to figure where the water's going to go.
And that's important too.
Very
like
important.
Some of the rivers that flow north instead of south.
Well, state of Florida. That's it. Being a peninsula.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is very interesting.
And it's important for homeowners to understand that and to get those approved. There's a permitting process. So to get the permits, are we backed up still with permitting?
Yeah, you just ruined my day. Thank you. But the next subject. Permits should not take that long. We just got one the other day, 4.5 weeks, and the guy says, This is horrible. I said, horrible? I said, you're one of the quick ones, pal. Mm-hmm. I said, I've got them sitting 2.5 months in some cases, and it's not Tampa Screens. It's not us. It's what goes on in the county.
Yeah.
And I know, I don't want to pick on them, but I realize that there's a lot more construction now than there was, 7, 8, 9 years ago. So obviously they're bringing in a lot of people from other parts of the country, and we run into people in the building department that are viewing the process as they did in Minnesota, and everything's different up there. So our girl in the office, Diana, she's amazing. She actually spends time educating a lot of the people in the building departments as to how the process should go, and she'll educate me as well. I mean, she deals with it more than I do, and once they're educated, the process goes much smoother in most cases. Yeah. But they still drop the ball, and that happens. Everything's turned in, surveys, boundary surveys, site plans. It gets kicked back because 3 weeks went by, they don't have the boundary survey. Well, you do have the boundary survey.
Inspect.
You just got to look at, you lost it, right?
It's the old saying, inspect what you expect, right?
That's it.
You got to make sure you stay on them, follow up, and follow through. And
that's it. Human nature. You're going to have mistakes.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, reach out to him, and for all of your needs with your screens, aluminum, your patios, your lanais, all the pergolas now. Awesome stuff that they can offer you there. And Kenyan teacher who gives away 80% of his salary to his students. He wins $1 million prize. Find out about this story on the flip side of this timeout here. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we are recruiting agents to our team right now. If you know of somebody in the real estate space that is a go-getter, a superstar in the making, we would love to talk to them. 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. And make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. All of our expert contributors can be found at consumerqb.com. And this segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn. The Lucky Dill Restaurant, deli, they got the bar, Brooklyn Bakery, catering as well, 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa. They also have a location on US 19 in Palm Harbor, and it's excellent food, very good menu. Now, give them a call, or when you go in, just let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives. They're going to hook you up also with a free water with lemon every time. They're going to take care of you in there. And a couple of hot listings here. 207 Coronado Drive in Clearwater. This is Clearwater Beach, actually. 207 Coronado Drive. It's an excellent opportunity for an entrepreneur, business developer, savvy business person. It's prime land. This is a great location right on the #1 beach in the world, Clearwater Beach. Again, just voted #1 beach in America. And this property is $3.5 million right across the street from the Wyndham Grand, the Hyatt as well. A couple of high-end, over $100 million plus properties right across the street from this property here. When you think about comparables, you've got also Pier 60 right around the corner. 207 Coronado Drive, Clearwater Beach. Hot real estate property listing. Compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 103 South Havana Avenue in South Tampa. This is a single-family home, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath. Charming South Tampa historic home, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,450 square feet, reduced down to $470,000 in the Plant High School District and beautiful South Tampa, Florida. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And we're back here in studio helping you win. And we got in studio, we got Rick Nickerson, Bottomzupp, and we also have Fred Muth, a.k.a. the Tin Man, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. So, fellas, I want to kind of talk a little bit about the economy here locally in Tampa Bay. You know, a lot of times we see national numbers, things thrown out there in the media, kind of looking for that clickbait, whether it's online, they're going to try to get people to click, or if it's something on the news. They're talking about national things happening. Some economists, saying, hey, there could be some things happening in the economy, but I want to get your perspective here locally. Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa, Palm Harbor, beautiful place to live, work, and play. What is your pulse on the market? We'll start right here with you, Rick.
Well, I think the floor removal industry, the flooring installation and removal, is a great barometer because, let's just face it, when people feel secure in the economy, they're spending money.
Right.
And that means that my phone's ringing. And I have never been, we are at an all-time high right now. So using installation as, let's just face it, it's not a necessity. Mm-hmm. All right. It's a luxury item. So when you want to get those new floors, there's a lot of other things. When the economy's bad and you're nervous and you want to hold close to your wallet, you're not going to go out and do. You're going to that floor can stay there another couple of years. We'll be okay. We're going to hold tight while we get through this thing.
That's right.
A great barometer is flooring installation, and I find that right now we are just killing. I can't do all the work. I'm pushing guys out. Used to be 2 to 3 days I could get a job on the schedule. I'm a week to 10 days out. We're doing 50 removals a week here in Tampa Bay.
Wow.
I've got 3 divisions. I got a division down in Sarasota and Fort Myers as well that is just off the charts. People are spending money.
Yep.
People feel confident. We live in the greatest place in the world. I believe truly that our market is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I just think the economy is booming right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. And it's a good point you made, too. When things do slow down back in the day, remember back 8, 9, 10 area there, a lot of people, instead of doing the new home build, they would actually do a renovation. So it could actually be, favorable in that area too if things do slow down.
Yeah, so it's like a barometer, you know. I mean, and you can feel it. You know it in your industry, and I think Fred, it's the same way with you too. I mean,
no doubt about it.
We're in that luxury item, if you will, kind of category where, when people are holding close to their wallets, they hold off on those types of projects. And when I find that business is at an all-time high, I like to think it's because we're very good at what we do.
Nice.
I believe that. I'll always believe that because of our customer service, our people, and the product that we offer. But right now, it's just apparent to me that people are confident in the market, and don't want to get into politics. Don't want to talk about the who's. But I'll tell you what, it's a great time to be here in this economy. People are spending money. It's a great place to live, and it's a great time to do a renovation. I believe we've arrived.
Yeah, it really is. And there's opportunity, too. We have a couple great lenders that work with us here on the show, and it's an opportunity for you to get into a renovation type of loan program. There's renovation loans. Those Fannie Mae and FHA both have a program that will allow you to finance into your new purchase the new flooring upgrades, the new kitchen, whatever you want to add to that home. In some cases, you can even add a pool. So there's great opportunities with those renovation style loan programs that are available as well. So Fred, over to you, man. Same question.
Well, the newcomers are still coming to Florida on a daily basis, and that tells you something right there. So when they come in, the more people come in, obviously, the more product that they're going to need. Whether it's a home, according to you, real estate, realtors, projects such as home improvements, screen enclosures, and I don't see it's slowing down significantly anywhere close to what we had in 2007. I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Nope.
However, I do believe the natural process is that it's going to level off.
Yeah.
And I think the home values are starting to level off right now. What I hear in this area. There are some other parts of the country where it's still climbing slightly. But you know about the natural process. It cannot continue to rise. It has to level off, and basically it's leaps and bounds, and it's going to level off, and possibly it may slide in a couple of years. I don't know that it's going to slide significantly. If it does slide, our business will still prevail. Because it always does. Because it's a home improvement. It's something that rather than Mr. and Mrs. Smith buying the $500,000 home, they're going to stay in their $250,000 home. Call me to put an enclosure on the back, or else to tear down the old one and put up a new one, or a Renaissance line or something of the sort. And back to you, Rick. So many of them, when we tear them down, they get their hammer and chisel out, and I would say, I wish I knew a guy named Rick back then.
Don't do that. Call us. We're
it's a great product.
Absolutely.
I told you that the first time that you presented it to me. I said, "Geez, where was this guy years ago?"
Well, I'll tell you, it means a lot, and it's so true. We were talking about, in your line of work as well as mine, what to expect when expecting, when we're, are you prepared to do the project? And we were laughing about the fact that, one of these beautiful Renaissance Classico patio. Oh my gosh, you've got to see these. Go online, look at these. What a great product you're putting out there. But if you're going to go out there to install that out in the backyard and somebody's sitting out back having a pool party, that's not a good time. So you want to be prepared for us. We talk about customers being ready when we're there, and not to change the subject or anything like that. But I'll tell you what. Be ready for us. Know what you're going to get into, and be ready to. For the project when we get there.
Sure. Yeah. We see antiquated pavers that have to go. We see river rock. Remember river rock?
I do, yeah.
Remember bias ply tires? right around the same time. I mean, the stuff is antiquated, but however, it's still out there.
Yeah.
Try to take up river rock with a hammer and a chisel. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. You've probably taken a few out yourself. And the enclosure typically was set on the river rock, and now the enclosure goes away, so they're going to revamp their deck. So you need to come in, Rick, take that river rock out of there, and then we go back with on the enclosure on top of whatever flooring product that they decided at that point. Putting the new floor on is a piece of cake compared to getting the old floor off.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
Same question
100%.
too. In terms of the economy, I think sometimes we look at and we hear things in the media. Again, back to the media. But there are some real concerns when I think about it. I start looking at the amount of student loan debt that's out there.
Well, that's a frightening number. That's a terrible number in my opinion.
Yeah.
I try to look the other way because it concerns me because I understand what can happen with that.
Yep, it really is, because you look at the ripple effect of that.
Yes.
You look at even credit card debt is still out there. A lot of credit card debt. Our Americans aren't saving as much as they should. So there are some concerns. But when you think about specifically the real estate market here in Tampa Bay, I think we're going to be good for a while. It is slowing. It's slowly shifting to a buyer market, a little bit more of a buyer market than it has been, and it's more pronounced in certain 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 up. Those are going to be a little bit more of a slower sell in most cases. But it's interesting. It's almost a tale of two markets, because when you look at it, the properties that are priced right, or at least within the 5 to 10% range of where it should price at or be comped out at, those properties are selling. The properties where the owners are getting greedy and they're trying to price the properties too high and expecting to get something that they would have seen a trend of a year ago or 18 months ago, they're sitting. So you either price your property to sell or you price your property to sit. And that's what happens. Too many people get greedy and they don't understand the market trends.
Are you motivated or are you not motivated?
Exactly.
Let's make a decision here.
That's it. Yeah. Yep. So that's the big deal when you're in real estate. You're looking for motivated buyers, sellers, and investors. So that's what you got to look at. All right. Hey, good stuff here. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from Rick Nickerson, Bottomzupp, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum when we come back. Also, our feel-good story of the day. Find out about this Kenyan teacher who gives away 80% of his salary to help his students. He wins $1 million prize. Find out about this here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. and powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. And we have 60 to 80 show partners here, CPAs, financial advisors, all types of wonderful home services, attorneys, and solar companies, lots of people that can help you as a consumer advocate. It's all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions, making you more street smart, and kind of connecting you to that wheel. You know, we want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, our expert contributors. So consumerqb.com is your number one resource when it comes to all things Tampa Bay, all types of products and services. Consumerqb.com. We want to be that super connector for you, that quarterback on your team, so to speak, and help you call that audible. In some cases, you got to call that audible, you know. Remember that one? Old Peyton?
Peyton Manning.
One of the best. All right, so a couple of hot listings here. 7424 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. This is a gas station. It's a commercial opportunity, corner lot gas station with a 3 service bays. So they got light mechanical service bays there. It's got a little food mart on the inside there. 7424 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. Great opportunity. Check out the beautiful photography by our official real estate photographer, Fabre Frameworks. Fabre Frameworks do a great job on our real estate photography, and that's a hot property listing in St. Petersburg. Great opportunity for buyers and investors there. 7911 Jackson Springs Road in Tampa. This property is a nice opportunity as well. It's partially updated, renovated, bathrooms on the inside, huge backyard, and just a great family home at 7911 Jackson Springs Road in Tampa. And the owner is motivated. So check it out online, consumerqb.com, or go to platinummvpteam.com for all of our real estate listings, platinummvpteam.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
This segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Bilmar Beach Resort over on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. And it's filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. There's 2 pools on site. You got Sloppy Joe's restaurant and bar, and a 2-beer beach. Clyde Smith, the general manager, a great guy. He says, yeah, Brandon, we have a 2-beer beach here. It takes you 2 beers to walk all the way to the beach. It's one of those long beaches. So the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Give them a call. Let Clyde know that you heard about him here, right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and tell him you want a special offer. Tell him about those special offers and discounts just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our Feel Good segment of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so a science teacher in Kenya who gives away most of his salary to help the poorest students has won $1 million prize and the title of the world's best teacher. Peter Tabachi, 36, has won the Varkey Foundation 2019 Global Teacher Prize. Tabachi received the award at Dubai's Atlantis Hotel in a ceremony hosted by actor Hugh Jackman. The Varkey Foundation said Tabachi was chosen for his dedication, hard work, and passionate belief in his students who all live in poverty. He gives away 80% of his salary to support his students who otherwise could not afford uniforms, books, or food. And here's a quote from Tabachi. Even affording breakfast is hard. They're not able to concentrate because they haven't even had enough food at home. Also, as a teacher working on the front line, I've seen the promise of its young people, their curiosity, their talent, their intelligence, and their belief. The Global Teacher Prize is intended to raise the status of teaching profession. The winner is selected by committees comprised of teachers, journalists, officials, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and scientists. The 2019 competition included 10,000 nominations from 179 countries. And the founders of the prize, Sonny Varkey, said he hopes Tabachi's story will inspire those looking to enter the teaching profession and shine a powerful spotlight on the incredible work teachers do all over Kenya and throughout the world every day. Pretty cool story right there, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
very
Man,
much so.
selfless teacher right there, giving away 80% of his salary.
I taught graduation options, alternatives to leaving school in Pinellas County. I taught a program. I was a basketball coach and a teacher, and it's something those teachers are so dedicated to the kids because you see at-risk kids,
Right.
and their optimism on life, and you see them as the future, and it breaks your heart as a teacher to see. I asked a kid one time. I said, why can't you just turn in your homework? You can pass my class if you just turn in your homework. I'll help you. And she looked at me and said, Coach Nick, don't you have to have a home first to do homework?
Oh, wow.
That's where we are as teachers and educators, and that's where he's at. And you know, when a guy sees this opportunity to give what God's given him back, I mean that's I love seeing guys get rewarded, because he didn't do it because he wanted to get an award.
Right.
He did it because it was the right thing to do, and karma gave it back to him.
Yeah.
And,
that's right.
There's you know, it's they're worth their weight in gold. Teachers care. They're the future of our world.
Yep.
And you know, what they do for children across the globe is amazing. And my hat goes off to them.
It really is, and the system sometimes handicaps the teachers with certain procedural things and things they have to do. My youngest brother's a teacher in the Fort Myers area down by Estero, and he's loved by his students. He gets all types of different letters and gifts from his students, and he kind of puts them on Facebook sometimes jokingly. You know, is this stalking or is this kind of funny type stuff? But he's some of the letters that he's gotten, cards or thank you cards, are like, man, really touching, because he said, you really changed my perspective on this class and really made me care about the subject and made it fun and made it interesting. So real proud of my brother Cody. He does a good job with that.
I'm sure he does.
Great personal reward.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. You don't do it for the money.
Right.
You know, you do it because you want to help and you want to give back, and what the teachers do in our communities, it's a long time coming. And I'll tell you, to see a guy get rewarded like that, I mean, there was time and time again where, early mornings, late nights, driving kids home, hey, have you eaten, buying a cheeseburger or some food and stuff like that, or providing them, knowing that they don't have pens and notebooks and things like that. What teachers spend on of their own salary to give back, they definitely don't do it for the money. They do it because their heart's in it.
And I think it was sad too. I think I saw something with the new tax plan. Teachers actually don't get that money as a tax deduction now, or something like that. Unbelievable. Like, why would we do that?
That is horrible.
It is. It really is. Like, they just took that away from teachers. And then here's something else. A teacher I know said that they are no longer allowed to do pop quizzes. You can't do a pop quiz. So in other words, you can't keep the kids on their toes by saying, hey, pop quiz, close your books. Let's test you.
You're really restricted by curriculums and rules that some,
bureaucrat.
Yeah.
Going to make them kids soft.
Right.
Yeah, make them soft, man.
It's going to make them soft.
That's what's happening.
I see it.
Yep. So let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning.
All right, here we go. Lightning round. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Rick Nickerson, bottoms up.
Hey, it's March Madness time. If you're looking to get a floor removed, if you're renovating a house, if you're looking to change that kitchen floor, March Madness time, 10% off. Look us up, www.bottomzupp.com. Call our hotline. Hey, listen, we're here for you. It's a great time to get it done. All right. And with all the nightmares that are out there, let us be the answer in a tough situation. Call Bottoms Up, www.bottomzupp.com. Thank you.
Bottomzupp.com. Good stuff. Fred Muth, the Tin Man, Tampa Screens and Aluminum.
Well, our listeners are probably all in their favorite traffic jam right now.
Yeah.
The listeners, hang in there. The brake lights will soon disappear.
Yes.
Because I'm a listener in my favorite traffic jam at 5 o'clock. It's not fun. I know how that is. Anyway, back to the screen enclosure business. I always recommend to any consumer, no matter what the project is, whether it's a patio, screen room, pool enclosure, roof, without regard to what it is, ask a lot of questions before you go into the project. The more questions that you ask, the representative of the company should be more than willing to answer the questions in a professional manner. We welcome the questions at Tampa Screens, and I personally feel much better with any project where the consumer just peppers me with questions before we get into the project.
Yeah.
That way I know that we've covered the majority of it, and there should be no surprises on the back end.
I like it. That's good stuff. Being that, both of you guys take a consultative approach when you look at, your projects and what you're doing for the client. So I like that. And then kind of traffic-wise, that's the offset. You brought up traffic with so many people moving in Tampa Bay. It's like, man, what are we going to do about this traffic?
It's, that's a barometer right there. I'm in the traffic quite often, and whether I was a partner on this show or not, I tune it in. I find this show very, very entertaining.
Thanks, Fred.
I listened to Corey the other day.
Corey Van Valen. Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
You know, the cliche genius, forget the cliche. He's a genius.
Yeah, he's good, man.
I've associated with him at some of the events.
Yes.
And very entertaining guy. And he pulled tricks on me. I have no clue as to how the heck he did it.
Super fun stuff. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Every time he's coming with something new, and he had me pull up something on Wikipedia. And
I heard that.
He knew what I did.
How did he do that? Did he ever explain it?
Oh, no.
He won't. He won't give it away.
A good magician won't give away his tricks, right?
That's right.
That's true.
So, hey, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. And continue to tune into our show right here on Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com, and follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. We'll see you next time, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.